That would be nice if I took the mute off, right? We're not going to tell nobody that.
I won't tell us all.
All right. That's what I said. It's been a little bit since I played with everything, but here we are. We're going to knock this out tonight. So you guys get to see me with my fuzzy camera because that's what I got going on this laptop because I'm not at home, but I'm still here. So welcome to P&G Creates. My name is Patrice Green. I am the creative conductor here. I like to help small business owners as well as nonprofit organizations bring to fruition their visual statements, whether it be through small videos or at least graphic designs of some kind to put on social media. So yeah, I've been heavy focused on the wedding invitations because I have a lot of friends, honestly, that are getting married. So in the midst of them getting married, they're wanting to have stuff that is custom, things that are really, really different than anything else, right? So I'm a firm believer of the mix and match. In the mix and match, you can actually find something out of templates and grab it and make your own. So out of that, that's what we're going to do today. So if you're brand new to Canva, welcome. If you're not, welcome. This is a tutorial that we're going to do. I walk through the screens as well as I try to talk, as well as tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it so you can get an idea of what you can do. So there's certain things that are in Canva that you can use. At the top are the most common ones that I use. I realize that they actually change as the person who is the user uses. So if you did a lot of infographics, if you did a lot of brochures, if you a lot of printed products, things like that, they seem to be at the top now. I don't know if that's true for everybody. Maybe some people are just using the same ones. And it happens, I went under a team because Canva does have teams. I went under a team and her icons at the top were completely different than what mine usually are. So we're going to go straight into it on the left-hand side to commands, but we're going to keep moving. So we're going to just type in wedding invitations because Canva is dope that way. So you can have them in different formats. You can have the portrait style, which is basically like your, oh God, what's the measurements? I want to say 5 by 7 by 11. It's basically like a postcard. Then there's the invitations, which is a 7 by 5. And then there is the 14 by 14s that look like postcards. So those are mainly used for save the dates. So you've seen that it says it has 58,700 templates. So if you can't find what you want, there is absolutely a problem. What's going on here? So we're just going to go into wedding invitations. As you see, here's some really great things. If you have a theme, which most weddings do, I believe it's best to narrow it down with writing in your theme, but I'm just going through so you can get an idea of what samples you could actually use, and that's the biggest thing. It can become so overwhelming. Like here's someone saved the date, their engagement party. Here's someone's wedding invitation, which I think is really cool how they did that. Like this is me with the leaves because our colors are emerald green and gold. And it's just like, these are just really, really cool. Then they just turn into regular invitations. So here's the wedding of, I like classic. I like, my girlfriend is getting married in October and they're having an orchid theme. She likes orchids. She's going to have orchids everywhere. So her wedding invitation had orchids in it. So why not? Let me see if I can write it in here. Gold leaves. Gold wedding invitations. So there you go. Oh, these are nice with the pictures on them. So let's see. Let's collaborate and see if we can find a couple that I may like pictures wise. Because my biggest thing is I'm really, really into this gold leaf that I cannot find, that I may have to go onto other sites and pay for, which I'm okay. But that's really what I want. Like, this is gorgeous. Let's look at this. This is my style. Everybody has their own style, and this is definitely me. I'll enlarge it for you guys if need be. But you can see the detail as to what they did there. And this is all in Canva. So if you've never played in Canva before or thought you weren't able to create, just think this is in Canva. You know, like this whole regal look is in Canva. I absolutely love it. So if you didn't want to recreate the wheel, you can just take these colors out of your template. Like mine is emerald green. I never set my palette for it, but I can type it in emerald green. Oh, I'm sorry. On the left-hand side is the command keys. These actually tell Canva what you want to put inside your palette in the middle. On the left, you got elements, which actually gives you some of these shapes that you see here inside of your design. The text boxes, which actually the lines are the words. Brand hubs, that's basically for if I created a logo for this particular item, everything I needed for that particular brand would basically be there, from the colors to the font type, if I have it underneath there, as well as the logo. So that's what the brand hub is. Uploads are pictures or audio that you might have uploaded from your actual desktop or computer. It doesn't matter where you log into, it actually stays under whatever you uploaded. So I'm on my laptop, whatever I had music that was on here that I really, really wanted, it could stay underneath uploads. Or if I go back to my house and I wanted to upload something from my desktop, I can upload it there, but it'll all stay within Canva so you don't lose that material. Same thing as drawing. I started playing with drawing, not a drawer at all. Projects or anything that you have that you're working on, you can stick them in folders and things like that. Photos and audios and things like that, that's self-explanatory. These are the folders that are on the side of companies that I work for. And then you have these other things like their other apps at the top of your command keys as well. So you can have fun with Canva. So emerald green, we just say this is my emerald green. Now see, that looks weird. That looks weird. Maybe I want to do white. This is the beauty of it. And do certain things in emerald green. But I love this thing here. This is gorgeous. If you want to know what certain things are, let me move my box here. There's a way to actually look it up. So you can crop it. That's neat. We're not editing the photo. It's fine with the photo. So if you duplicate it, I believe is how I did it before. Cancel.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I love doing is like duplicate the page or duplicate the element. Then you can play with it, change it up, but you still have the same.
Definitely. Definitely. Yep.
So good.
So I'm a copy and paste kind of girl for certain things. And then what tends to happen? Oh, wow, that's how they did it. See? Learning. So they took two of these and placed them in such a way so that they're there. That is super cool. That is super cool. So they took and doubled it. They took these elements, these controls here with the flip. I didn't do mine quite the same, but the concept is there. I think it's upside down, right? No, she put it underneath the loop.
And this is how you learn a new technique.
Yeah. It's somewhat like that, yeah.
And you try to recreate it. Wow.
Oh, that is gorgeous. I like that. I like that. So I actually like these as well. These are about as close as I'm gonna get to a leaf. These are about as close as I'm gonna get to a leaf. No. I work so hard on it. So I'm using the back button. Copy. I use it to paste. I am loving that little design egg there because I use a lot of this. These are actually called, I'm tapping the screen like you guys can see. Like this is, these are underneath gold swirls. I'm steady tapping. Didn't you see that? Like, don't you like that? You guys are like, I have no idea what you're tapping at. What are we talking about? Oh, no. Make sure whatever you're touching, there is a square there. So now you can see where my purplish blue, whatever color you want to, whatever comes up on your screen, that is the area as to which I'm working for. That is the commands that I am looking to do. So I am going to flip it so that it's there. If you see that there is actually a line, there is like a line that is parallel that lets you know how even your artwork is on both sides. So you can center it from there. But I like this swoosh at the bottom. I could tell that that's two. Dude, I love what this person has done with this doggone invitation. I'm not crazy about the middle, but I'm feeling this. So if you wanted to be that big of a, I'm not going to say copycat, but what is a good word for it? Mimicker, or and I can't call you an impersonator because you can't impersonate templates. But if it is something that you like and it is a part of something like this, why not learn how to do it, have fun with it? Like, I'm taking all of this. So what I did, I'm sorry, let me tell you. So with your handy dandy mouse, you can do a lot of what they call grouping. That is exactly what I'm doing here. So I am taking my mouse, I'm clicking on the left button, going all the way across. Everything that is highlighted with the squares is everything that I am bringing with me. So because I really do enjoy the bottom, I'm taking it with me. So at the top, you can see it says group. I can click that and then the whole thing will just be a group. So if I move one section, everything that is within that one part comes with me. And that's pretty much what I wanted to do. If I wanted to leave it there because I wanted to play, I can make copy. So it has copied the entire group. I can paste it, and then now everything is here again. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody, confuse anybody, but that is that. Like, I don't ungroup. I'm not a big fan of this circular thing in the middle for myself. So I'm going to highlight it again. I highlight it way too much. There. But I love all this at the bottom. All of that in the bottom is my spirit animal. It is just the elegance that I'm looking for. And I like that. So in a sense, this is what we took from it. I like the way the font is. I like this. Just take and copy it, move it down. You can always change the colors later. And then you can just mix and match and play. Wow, I really do like that. I love the way they did the lettering. I love to do all this. So like mine is, I'm actually getting married on a Thursday. Oh, I don't like that 4. You can't really tell it's a 4. Can you? Does it look good on your end? Yep. So we're getting, it's 4/4/24 at 4 p.m. That is what we're doing. We're them quirky people. And that's what we're doing. So we have different shades of green that you can add to it. I don't like any of those. We might just keep it white for the sake of conversation and visibility. But I do, my green is very rich. This is about as close as what we're getting. This is my green. So you go back to the drawing board with your templates. Maybe you found something else that was in the middle that would have been elegant to add. So why not go back through another template, right? Don't recreate the wheel if you don't have to. So we have luxury down here as an example. So luxury can give you your different types of fonts. It may give you different symbols. that you may want to add. Like, I love how they did this. I'll do that. I'll do this kind of thing maybe next week. Let's make that a mark. Put your name in the middle of letters. I don't know if anybody knows how to do that, but it's actually fun. Or maybe I'll make it a video, one or the other. But like, you can see how they're doing coupons. They're doing different borders to make whatever it is pop. They have logos like this is cool with the logo with the royal. So all these types of things happen to, they can be a part of how you transform whatever invitation. Anything that you create speaks about a mood. Think about it that way. It definitely creates a mood. If I sent you a very adolescent invitation, you would not take it as it's an elegant event. So if I'm using what they call a Brandon Write looks like chalkboard, right? So it looked like you were writing on a chalkboard, no matter where you were writing. It looks like it's gravitated towards a child. Because we're having an elegant event, I want to give you an elegant font. So at that point, you go through your fonts, you figure out what's best for you, and then you go from there. So like, I'm actually loving how they did the spa. I could actually put our letters that way. Like, here we go with my swirls. Love the gold swirls on the side. This is actually like my spirit animal. I love this too. Because they have the gold leaves and the sparkle. That's me. I'm not even a sparkly kind of girl, but I want elegance. And then you have these different types of things. Oh, this is really cool. This makes me just want to play. I don't know about you guys. If you're new to Canva, this may look intimidating to certain regards. I say just go for it. Get it wrong. Jump in there. Create something different. I always tell you, start with your name, because you know how you feel about your name and who you are as a person. So you'll start to gravitate towards things that will make you balloon into what it is you want to feel, or what you want your name to look like or feel. So, okay, say we don't find nothing that we want. Let's go to the home. Let's go home. So to your left off of this page, you can go here to home. Let's see, let's not do luxury. Back to home. So back to home should take us back to home. There it is. Back to home. We're going to go underneath an element. So we can go back inside of ours and go to elements, which is on the left-hand side. All of your command keys are on your left. Not usually, they're on your left. So I actually like paisley print as well. So like, say, paisley patterns. So paisley patterns can be a really form of elegance. IOD on them. I love them. But it's all about getting that color right. You know what I mean? So you come out of here, and here's where Canva becomes your really best friend. Because whatever you happen to have in your design, Canva comes up with a color palette for you. So these are all the different shades of brown and gold, shall I say, or in the brown family. And it also gives you a hex code. So if you see these letters that's underneath this box that I'm highlighting, it's 9B7727. It's called a hex code. What it does is it tells any computer system that deals with color or design, it tells it what color to match or to create. So if this is the color that I wanted from something that I was doing in this regard, I could just click this and it'll do that all behind it. So if I wanted it laid out, why won't that move? You can have it printed behind here. You can have it all through, make it directly in the middle, if that's what you were so inclined to do. But that's what it is. And then you can keep playing with the colors, make it shiny looking. Like, you can see how there's different shades to play with until you get your goal, till you get, that color desire that you want, because there's a lot of brown in there. So that's how you do that. But for us, we're just going to pick a simple symbol for the middle. I don't think you care about any of that on my screen. Leaf logo. That's not helping. And first of all, that's the wrong leaf. So we do gold leaf. logo. So what happens is you get these, like, this is classic. That is sexy. Like, I love that. I love that. Like, that is just so me. Make stuff your logo. Be different, dare to be different. Like, I like how they did the V. Anything you want to search for, put it in the top. If it seems like it's off, or you know what you want, but you don't know exactly what it's called, put it in there. Prime example, borders. Borders can be called corners, edges, all kinds of other things, and it'll still give you different borders for what you're looking for. But like, I like this. It's a little, considering we're going to Jamaica, my heritage is that, and then that looks a little too much of something I don't want to resemble. So we're going to move around and pick a different symbol. I just thought about that. So we're going to pick something different, a little bit more family friendly. Let's see. But some of these are really, really cool. Like, I love how this F is. So maybe I would do, okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So, okay. You see how there is the F here. If you notice, and I can't enlarge it, but so much, unfortunately, because I didn't edit this video, there is a crown next to it that says Pro. If you want, you can use the Pro link that I'll put inside the thing here. For 47 days of Canva for free, right? You can use the Pro account, and the Pro account allows you to have so many different elements, if you will. That's basically a part of your package. It's $12.99 a month, I think it is now, or maybe it's even 13 and some change. I have to go back and look. But for what you're paying per month, like, I pay a yearly subscription now. So whatever I'm paying, whatever you pay per month is absolutely worth it, because of so many different things you can use Canva for. You can use Canva for printing shirts out. You can use it for printing mugs, creating just invitations for yourself. If you wanted to make kid invitations, you can do that. Make signs for your house. You'd be surprised what you can do. You can also make these into PDFs. You can also make things into postcards, things like whatever your mind can imagine. They're now doing websites. So if you wanted to do a small website because you're starting a business, you can make that into e-commerce. Actually, you can with some certain links and things like that. I'll create a video with that. You can also create logos from out of Canva, but you just have to make sure you're licensing it correctly. They do have information within Canva. Like, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the home page, it will tell you about licensing. If you go back to the home page, it also tells you about licensing. You want to make sure, if you're going to be making logos, or at least trying to sell them as, an additional income, you want to make sure you're doing it correct for your customer and for yourself. So that's the rule of thumb that I make sure I help you guys out with. So let's get this off the screen. All right. So I like this F. I like this because it has the flare of the leaves. That's on, the things that are going on here. So what you do, if you want to get to know more about what's going on, there are 3 little dots at the right-hand side of any object. It tells you what it is, who the artist is, and what keywords that you can put in there to actually find it again if you wanted to. You can also star it, meaning that's something you want to use again. Add to a folder if you're using it for a project. There's no need to report it because Canva, they happen to have it. And it's free with the Canva Pro. So let's go see what else this particular artist happens to have. So he makes letters. So let's see, can we do an S? So here's an S. And then we'll do a P, which is usually never done. All right now. So there I am. So you can do something like this. So from my understanding, my name always goes first. So you can leave it like this. And let me close all this out. This would be like the invitation, right? So you can have these stagger if you want. which I kind of do want them like staggering. But P is such a tricky letter. But you can get the gist of how the invitation could look. And then you can do 2 of these. When you go for your add this the text, it always goes directly into the middle of the screen. It has no rhyme or reason. It just goes into the middle. So let's do this. Move me back up here. Because I am not needed in the middle of the screen. So let's do this. And find a font that actually works. So ATRICE. Okay, let's spell my name right. That would help. And then, so now you're doing it this way. And if I could find, if that person had an and symbol, that would be, let's see. Because I forgot what it's called. But they wrote and symbol. Did you know? And symbol. Anyone know what the and symbol is called? I cannot think right now. Now you're gonna make me look it up.
Ampersand.
Thank you. Oh, now I gotta spell it. And poor.
Awesome. I think it's my favorite symbol.
Yeah, well, that's when you do talk to text. And you're like, wait, spell ampersand correctly. Here we go. That was wrong. Let me do it this way. I am good at that. Boom. Ta-da. So you look it up. And he doesn't have it in gold. Let's just find one. So Canva is really great for what? Oh, it's in all. How can that not be a thing? There's no photos, there's no graphics of it. So now I got to use a plus sign. Wait a minute, let's go back. Did the original happen to have one? There. This is why you do this type of thing. Copy it. Copy it and place it where you need it. I wonder if they just used a fancy E for it. You know? Because they apparently don't want to do that. This is why you copy and paste, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you missing? The ampersand?
It will not come up in Canva. It wasn't coming up in Canva.
Oh, I was watching yours and then
There they are.
I noticed somebody had written in the chat and I hadn't responded, so now I was responding. You can't be everywhere.
So, oh, I like this one.
I was gonna say, because I am finding some in
That's why I said maybe because I was being difficult with the gold.
Yeah, well, I was wondering about that. Like, can you find one that you like? Although I do see some gold ones here too.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'm wondering if, at first I was like, I'm wondering if they were just using like a fancy E. And I was like, no, that's like, this has to be. I'm like, I'm not going through that today. There had to be a way that there it is. That's the color. I don't really like that. Can't say that I'm fond of that. This is the fun part, because they look like more like E's than anything.
Yeah, so let me,
Because I still have to find a decent font for the names. And you know who I am. It doesn't have enough in it. So I have to find my But for the sake of conversation, this is where we are. That's the date. I'm not writing all the address and all that other good jazz. That's fine as it is. I enjoy the way that this looks.
there's the ampersands that I found. I shared them with you.
Thank you. But I enjoy this one. Like, I'm loving the bottom. It gives a little bit of regal. This one.
That actually, that ampersand, it looks like might be the same one that I found, one of the ones that I found. So yeah.
Great minds. So we're just going to move forward and find the font for this. So what also happens is if you have a font within your document, it tends to mimic it on the top and tells you what you're already working with. So this one is Baskerville. These down here is Manson, and then this is Alex Brush. I really don't usually use three different fonts because sometimes it becomes hard to read. Like that 4 doesn't really look like a 4 to me, but I know it's a 4. Somebody may say the 24th. It could be anything because it's not 100% clear. So that becomes a thing. Make sure when you're giving out that type of information, you are extremely clear about, like, that's clear for me. Like, I know for a fact it is April 4th. And you can do all that. So that's just my rule of thumb, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to make sure all of my stuff is legible. And I believe that to be legible. Very legible. Because I don't want anyone misunderstanding the time. So with this is where it becomes tricky and it will take a lot of time, but I'll put this for the sake of conversation and time. This is how we'll do the name, the second portion of the name, because we have the letters. And my name never looks right in my eyes until somebody else does it. So I didn't grab the rest of his name. All right, so we can make this smaller. So that it's more like a stamp, it's not centered. That's centered. That's centered. And that's a good start. It's a concept, it's a thought process. If you want to make it simpler and do it this way, you can also play with the effects of the lettering. You can do, not that, you can do all kinds of stuff. Shadows are fine for me, just for a conversation and not to have everyone sitting here. Huh?
All kinds of stuff. And I
Yeah.
love with shadow that you can actually change the color of the shadow.
Mm-hmm. And the direction, because sometimes I like it going the opposite direction, so it reads differently. But it's just like, I don't know. I'm not a cookie cutter kind of girl. So to me, this is it's like it's missing a little bit of ta-da-da-da. But I'm going to be that person, of course, and eventually find my ta-da-da-da. Like the background needs some more life to it. Maybe it's just me needing a symbol of some kind. Lock that one. So now I can take what I want and I'll group it. So that's just, I can move it easier. But it's just missing something right here in the middle. Something around it is missing. Anybody have any suggestions? I'm open to suggestions of what it could be. So we could do symbols. Oh no, what are they called? Frames. Gold frames. See them all. They give you their own type of something. Like something is missing inside of this whole design. This flower is not it. Nope. Too much. Now, if all I was doing was just this middle part and then something around it, then heck yeah, that would make sense. But no, maybe I do need a circle. But you guys get the idea. I don't want to drag this out a lot longer.
Yeah. So that one with all the sparkle. That was
This one?
almost a little bit too much.
Yeah.
What I was thinking was you could actually put a green circle behind it to kind of like be underneath your name, and then have that other one behind it to add a level of circle that's clear. Does that make sense?
What green circle?
So you had one that was, yeah, that. So then what I would do is go ahead and put that to the back. And then, oh, that's cute. Now see, I'm behind you. So what I'm seeing and what you're doing is probably two different things. I'm like commenting as if it's the same time, but it's not.
It's quite all right.
Yeah, so something like the circle that you have up there now,
Okay.
which is mine now, which was a minute ago.
Yeah, I haven't moved since then.
Okay, so if you push that back so that it's behind your name, and then go ahead and get a circle, just a regular solid circle, and pop a solid circle on in the same color green as your background, and then put it on top of that gold circle.
You're saying a green circle?
How much splash?
You said a green circle?
Oh, I like that. You just put a circle, go get a regular circle, just a circle. Just write circle. Doesn't have to be gold. There's a question in the chat when you ladies get done.
We're listening.
Question is, does a quote unquote, so you got Canva Pro, what now? Replay or YouTube?
Yeah, every video we create, because what happens is once you get the Pro, you're able to play around as much as possible. Like anything you create that has a crown on it, you can't get that same. You can't get the same.
That is.
And you can't get the same. I need a ta-da-ta-da.
So what is your question, Rachel, as far as a what now? So I would love to make that video for you. But I need to know what you're asking. Yeah, what I'm looking for is, are there things you can kind of think, what? Yeah, look, you type in like I used to speak, girl. Now, Patrice is live, so your voice may go over onto YouTube, just FYI. She's like, nope, not now. So, all right, Patrice, let's go back and finish this. So we need a green, just a circle.
Are we talking about just a play, one of the frame type circles, like one of the elements, like one of these play circles? Okay.
Because what I wanted to show was when the design creeps into where you're wanting to put it, and you kind of like the design, but it's like covering up some of what you want. This is a way to give you back that clarity. Yep. And then you're going to color it now, that green. Put it inside. Yeah, exactly. And then push it back behind your words. But on top of. I think she's got it figured out. Think she knows what I'm saying. It's one of those fun things when you're trying to explain what you've got in your head.
And you're trying to pull it out there. Oh, I understand completely. So let's see.
Yeah. Then push it back. Now put the gold one back.
I'm trying. It doesn't want to. So the gold is behind it. You see it's behind it.
Can't be behind it.
What is it? Where did you want it behind? Because it's behind the circle. It's behind my name.
You want the gold one behind the green circle.
The gold is
on my screen. Okay, they're showing that way now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, and so you can play with it. So now you've got like some of the little sparkles coming out. And you can kind of like skew some of that circle, stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
That's what I wanted to show.
I got you. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Amen. Hallelujah. Miss Rachel says, I don't know what it does, so it makes it hard to plan and / do things.
What, Canva Pro? Canva Pro is just you getting into Canva, being able to use all the elements that it offers. Meaning, like some of these, they're Canva Pro. So if you only have the free account, you're limited to certain things you may want to use in your upcoming designs. And with having Canva Pro for 47 days, you can use it and create. Now be mindful, after that, it will charge you your monthly fee. So you can cancel up to there, and if before then, if that is what you so choose, but it gives you enough time to get a chance to actually come back with us every Tuesday or go on Cindy Lou's YouTube channel or mine and actually get a chance to play around with Canva with some things that we have done. Like it's nothing like trying something that you don't have to pay for and you get all open access to it, because that's exactly what that is. For me, that's how I actually started with Canva. I got the free trial for 40 plus days. And then I really just started going into it and started enjoying it. And with me enjoying it, I was like, well, I like having open access to stuff. I like not being limited. I like enjoying the fact that it's just open to it. So that is what I would say you get from it.
Yeah, hey Lola, and Gina, and Rachel, I would say that it gives you access to everything that has a crown next to it. So
Mhm.
you know that sort of thing. And the thing is it will do so many things that it would be almost impossible to like tell you all the things that it will do. One of the things that you get is the ability to remove backgrounds, which is the main reason that I think a lot of people end up getting Canva Pro, because they want to be able to remove backgrounds. You can do that with other apps that would be free. So there are stuff out there if you're somebody that doesn't want to pay it all. And yeah, we can have a session for sure. I would love to coach you through on some stuff. You know, I love doing that.
But yeah, that's Canva in a nutshell. Like, I like this, but this just really.
She said she tried your link last week, but it didn't work.
No,
It expired or something.
I have to get it make sure everything is still right. Because someone else used it and had no problems. But then again, life happens. So I'll check it out again.
Oh,
It's not a problem at all.
my link book time. Let me go grab that for you.
But yes, so if that's all the questions there are, I will shut this down, because I am like, now I'm ready to play. And yeah, I'm really ready to play. And I feel like I've accomplished a nice amount of stuff today. And I'd rather get this completed and have something off my books. So if you need any assistance, you can reach me at pngcreates@gmail.com. You can put a comment here. I am Patrice Nikki Green on Facebook. I am PNG Creates Lives on Instagram. So either way, if you wanted to catch up with me, oh, that's pretty. If you need to catch up with me, ask some questions, I am super open to all of that. I am for hire. So if you need, or you would rather someone else do it instead of you doing it, that can be arranged as well. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I'm going to end this. So hopefully you got a good amount of ideas from just taking a template and rearranging it and making it your own. We're here every Tuesday around the same time, same bat channel. And